Charles Michael, Duke of Mecklenburg, was an officer in the Imperial Russian Army, heir presumptive to the throne of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, and from 1918 head of the Grand Ducal House. Life in Russia. He was born in Oranienbaum, Russia, a grandson of Grand Duke Georg of Mecklenburg-Strelitz via his second son Duke Georg August of Mecklenburg and his wife, her Duchess Catherine Mikhailovna of Russia, a granddaughter of Emperor Paul I of Russia. Charles Michael studied at the University of Strasbourg and gained a Ph.D., as he was born into the Russian branch of the Grand Ducal House of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Charles Michael and his older brother Duke George Alexander both served in the Russian Imperial Army, with Charles Michael achieving the rank of lieutenant general. When his brother died in 1909, Charles Michael was appointed the guardian of his children Katharina, Marie, Natalia and Georg by Adolf Friedrich V. On the 24th of June 1914, 2 weeks after the death of his cousin Grand Duke Adolf Friedrich V, Charles Michael wrote to the new Grand Duke Adolf Friedrich VI informing him that he wished to renounce his rights to the throne of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. On the 7th of August, shortly after the outbreak of World War I, he became a naturalized Russian citizen. In March 1917, Charles Michael was arrested and made to appear before the Russian Parliament, the Duma. He later fled to the Caucasus region, heir to Strelitz. The Grand Duke of Mecklenburg-Schwerin, Friedrich Franz IV, wrote to Charles Michael informing him that his cousin Adolf Friedrich VI had died on the 23rd of February 1918, and that as he was first in the line of succession he was being called to the throne. A petition to accept the throne was also sent to Charles Michael by the citizens of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, as they wanted to maintain their independence and not be united with Mecklenburg-Schwerin. However, Charles Michael never received it, so he wrote a private letter confirming his desire to renounce his rights to reign in Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Although the letter did not reach Friedrich Franz IV, who was acting as regent for Mecklenburg-Strelitz until January 1919, after the fall of the German monarchies. As a result, the succession issue could not be resolved in time, and the two Mecklenburg Grand Duchies became separate free states in the Weimar Republic. Charles Michael eventually left Russia, with his family arriving first in France before going into exile in Denmark. While there, he served as chairman of the Mutual Charitable Society for Russian Officers in Denmark. In 1921, he was paid 5 million marks by the Mecklenburg government in return for renouncing his claim to the Strelitz throne. In April 1930, he returned to Germany and took up residence at his estate, Rempland Castle. Charles Michael adopted his nephew Georg, Count of Carlo, who was the morganatic son of his brother Duke George Alexander of Mecklenburg, on the 11th of September 1928, and confirmed in the courts of Malchin on the 5th of October 1928. Charles Michael died unmarried in Rempland, Germany, and was succeeded as head of the Grand Ducal House by his nephew and adopted son, the former Count of Carlo, Duke Georg of Mecklenburg. Titles, styles and honors. Titles and styles. The 17th of June 1863 to 6 December 1934. His Royal Highness Duke Charles Michael of Mecklenburg, Prince of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Honors: Order of St. Andrew, House Order of the Wendish Crown. Ancestry.